The Lost Boys. The 1987 dark comedy horror that both scared us and made us laugh.
You missed, sucker.
Once, pal. Death by stereo.
You got Kiefer Sutherland leading a gang of teen vampires around town while they try to recruit Corey Haim's brother. The Frog Brothers pop up to try and shut it all down. Grandpa becomes the hero. You got maggots and worms.
How are those maggots?
Did you know Ben Stiller was almost a lost boy? At an award show, Stiller told People magazine that he auditioned for the Lost Boys and said, quote, "It was between me and Kiefer and the two Coreys." Lost Boys was also the first movie the two Coreys were in together. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. They went on to make 9 more movies and TV shows together. And we can't leave out the Sax Man. Possibly the most 80s thing about the movie is the beach party, led by an oily, muscly, chain-wearing saxophonist. The Sax Man is actually Tim Capello, a musician who spent much of the 80s and 90s in Tina Turner's band. By the way, the saxophone was invented by Adolph Sax. But what may be more interesting is Adolph's brush with death on so many occasions as a child. As a boy in early 19th century Belgium, he was struck on the head by a brick. He accidentally swallowed a needle, fell down a flight of stairs, toppled onto a burning stove, drank a bowl full of acid, mistaking it for milk, fell from a height of 3 floors, hit his head on a stone and was believed dead, received serious burns from a gunpowder explosion, several times avoided accidental poisoning and asphyxiation from sleeping in a room where varnished furniture was drying, and once he was struck on the head by a cobblestone and fell into a river and almost drowned. His mother once said, quote, "He's a child condemned to misfortune. He won't live." But he did, to the ripe old age of 79, and he invented the saxophone. Speaking of inventions, did you know the microwave was created on accident? In 1932, a man named Percy Spencer was hired by the government to produce radar equipment for World War II. One day, while Spencer was working, he stood in front of an active radar set when he noticed that the candy bar in his pocket had melted. After investigating what happened, he developed a box that could shoot electromagnetic radiation at food objects to heat them. And voila! Microwave ovens were born. Did you know if you put garlic in a microwave, sometimes it will spark? Sparks usually happen with foods that contain high amounts of minerals. Since those minerals act like tiny pieces of metal, microwaves bounce off them, causing sparking effects. Speaking of garlic, nobody really knows the origin of why vampires hate garlic. Some say it's because garlic, specifically the chemical compound allicin inside of garlic, is a powerful antibiotic, and some Europeans thought a powerful antibiotic would kill a vampire. Others say it's because most, quote, vampires actually really had the disease called porphyria. Some forms of this disease caused sufferers to be sensitive to light and erosion of the lips and gums. Interestingly, people who suffer from porphyria also have an intolerance to foods that have a high sulfur content, such as garlic. Too bad garlic doesn't always work on vampires, though.
Garlic don't work, boys!
But holy water does.